Seats. Kevin Carr has details.
Gru and his minions held the top spot at the box office this weekend, but an indie horror movie made the biggest splash.
Our new secret weapon. The Mega Minions.
The fourth Despicable Me easily held off the new competitors to rule the weekend with $45 million, which was enough to get the studio to announce a third Minions movie for summer 2027. The real star of the weekend was the horror film Longlegs.
I know you're not afraid of a little bit of dark.
The serial killer thriller, directed by Osgood Perkins and starring Michael Monroe, crawled into second place with a fantastic $23 million. This is the highest opening ever for its art house studio, Neon.
We wanted to make such a good first impression.
What do you mean, we?
Teen Emotions took third place as Inside Out 2 earned a respectable $21 million for the film's fifth weekend. The Pixar sequel is on track to crack $600 million domestic later this week.
And things couldn't be better.
We can help each other.
In fourth place was A Quiet Place Day 1 with $12 million.
Public support for the moon mission is not bottom.
And just making it into the top 5 was Apple TV's Fly Me to the Moon with a scant $10 million. This is a catastrophic opening for the $100 million budgeted rom-com, but Apple insists it's not worried about the theatrical box office at this time. I'm Kevin Carr.
And that's our show for today, Monday, July 15th, 2024. America in the Morning is produced by Jeffrey Kay. Senior producer, Kevin Delaney. I'm John Trout. This is Westwood One.
Did you know that Alabama law requires all pets to be currently vaccinated against rabies? This is State Public Health Veterinarian Dean Jones. Rabies vaccination not only protects dogs and cats from the deadly virus, it also reduces the risk to the owners who can unknowingly be exposed by their unvaccinated pets. Help us protect you, your family, and your pet by getting them vaccinated today.
This message brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health and this station.
You see miracles all the time at our children's hospital, but miracles never come easy. That's why, as great as children's hospitals are, they need our support to keep miracles happening. Put your money where the miracles are. Support your Children's Miracle Network Hospital.
You can set reminders, make a grocery list, look up random facts and info in seconds, and play your favorite talk show, all with your smart home speaker. News Radio 1440. News Radio 1440 is WLWI AM and 95.1 HD3 FM of Montgomery, a Cumulus media station.
This is the CBS News World News Roundup, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Former President Donald Trump arrived in Milwaukee for today's start of the Republican National Convention, just over 24 hours after a bullet grazed his ear during an assassination attempt. Correspondent Scott McFarland is in 20-year-old gunman Thomas Matthew Crook's hometown of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania.
Law enforcement sources say the rifle found on the shooter's body was legally purchased by and registered to his father. Investigators say they have not yet uncovered a motive, and so far believe Crooks acted alone. He was a registered Republican and did make a $15 donation to a progressive organization in 2021, according to the Federal Election Commission. Crooks worked at a nursing center and was a member of a local gun club.
Crooks was shot to death by Secret Service agents. Both Republicans and Democrats in Congress say they'll investigate security failures at the rally. Former Secret Service Deputy Director A.T. Smith.
There is no explanation whatsoever for how an individual was able to get on top of a building and be that close with a long rifle. All of the perimeters that needed to be in place, and that outer perimeter is what the counter sniper team is responsible for. They're responsible for a lone gunman or a long-range rifle. So that question has to be answered.
Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro calling a former firefighter who was killed at the rally a hero. Corey Comparatore used his body to shield his family from harm. His friend Craig Sorincione.
He is
a family-loving, God-fearing man. He wouldn't want to be thought of as a hero, but that's definitely how he should be remembered.
The Secret Service director has just announced the agency is strengthening security at the Republican National Convention.
I'm Matt Piper in Milwaukee. The U.S. Secret Service is the leading coordinating agency for this week's events. Agent Arthur Dixon-Cachino says nothing changed after what happened in Pennsylvania.
We are confident the security plans that are in place for this event and we're ready to go. It's been an 18-month process.
Michael Hetzel is with the FBI.
Currently, there are no known articulated threats against the RNC or anyone visiting the RNC.
Political analyst Amy Dacey says each day of the convention will have a message, beginning with Make America Wealthy Again.
Setting the stage for those emotions and what they value, is a way to create a theme, but then what they actually say underneath or what the platform's creating, I think is important.
President Biden spoke about the assassination attempt from the Oval Office last night.
We stand for an America, not of extremism and fury, but of decency and grace. All of us now face the time of testing as the election approaches.
Dow futures up 196. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of a typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE. 877-26-BIBLE.
Lots of kids are keeping cool at the movies. The Minions are celebrating a second week in first place at the movies. Despicable Me 4 raking in another $44.7 million in ticket sales. It beat horror flick Longlegs, starring Nicolas Cage, which made about $23 million.
He'll kill. And kill again.
Inside Out 2 coming in a distant third, followed by A Quiet Place Day 1 and Scarlett Johansson and Channing Tatum's new rom-com, Fly Me to the Moon.
NASA's not something that you sell, but a jingle and a slogan.
That one made just $10 million this weekend. Monica Ricks, CBS News. The crowd was delighted to see a British royal take her seat for the men's final at Wimbledon.
The Princess of Wales.
42-year-old princess has made only one other official public appearance since January, when she announced she was undergoing cancer treatment. Her 9-year-old daughter, Princess Charlotte, got to shake hands with the winner, Carlos Alcaraz. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
From what I could see, the guys that were sniper above him were like, okay, we can cover that building. If we see anything going on, we'll be able to cover it. What they didn't get was he popped up and shot. He got up there and got through it when we went, what?
And even so, all this, the guy said, a former Secret Service agent, the guy who got shot in Ronald Reagan, said that the women walked around like they were scared. And it was somebody was saying, DEI. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I know it's been the you know what? It's not
merely our products, it's about the ethos that we embody. Rugged, resilient, timeless.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's a free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your specific drop-off center. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. Get her savings today for GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insured.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440. Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Unbound.org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice. Continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at Unbound.org.
Warm start to our Monday morning. Go give way to a hot and humid afternoon. Temperatures climbing upper 90s, feeling like over 100 when you factor in humidity. Scattered chances for rain and storms are possible today.
So amazing to
For the rest of the week, expect highs to top out in the upper 90s for Wednesday, low 90s for the end of the week. Lows will be in the 70s with a chance for scattered rain and storms possible each day. And that's your First Alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Nick Gunter on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. We've got an accident on Vaughn at Pike Road, so be careful. Vaughn Road at Pike Road. Look for an accident. Outside of that, we're looking good. Interstate system moving smoothly. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted. There's so much going on at Festival Plaza. Stop by World Finance. River Region Ballet is there. Festival Plaza, Taylor and Vaughn. A Collier's managed development. Buckle up. It's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Good morning, I'm Bethany Davis in the WSFA Newsroom. Former President Donald Trump is calling for unity and resilience after an attempt on his life this weekend. His opponent, President Joe Biden, implored Americans to, quote, cool it down and to resolve our differences at the ballot box. The gunman's motive is still a mystery. Investigators believe he acted alone. Trump is in Milwaukee today for the Republican National Convention. You can watch NBC's Lester Holt sit-down interview with President Biden tonight at 8 o'clock on WSFA 12 News. It was reported before the shooting. Coverage of the Republican National Convention will start immediately after at 8:30. Here in Montgomery, 2 people are in the hospital after being shot over the weekend. One victim was a woman suffering from non-life-threatening wounds. The other, a young girl suffering from a life-threatening gunshot wound. And 21-year-old Tiana Dye was found stabbed to death Sunday morning on Clinton Avenue. If you know anything that can help police in either of these cases, call police or Crime Stoppers. I'm Bethany Davis for the Newsroom.
You ride your bicycle for fun, transportation, and exercise. Stay safe on the road. Alabama law says vehicles should give a minimum of 3 feet when passing. Anything can happen when riding a bike. Branches, even car doors.
Right. Don't ride a bike on the street.
Drivers, stay wider of the rider. Pass a bike
Unless you do it on the curb.
Pass a car. Space saves lives. Learn more at mgmbikeclub.org and on social media. Stay wider of the rider.
Hey, y'all, Lewis at the Capitol Oyster Bar. Yeah, we're over
And
there.
all
Beautiful
we
Alabama.
is to be loved by you.
We have a good time, y'all. It's a great time out to be down on the Alabama River. You rent your pontoon boat, come down here with the RV, stay for a little while. Don't forget Sunday afternoon, we'll bring you some killer entertainment. We're taking you to New Orleans this week. Eric Johansson's in town. Check it all out, CapitolOysterBar.com. Go to our Facebook page. Got a new Facebook page. You need to check it out. 4 o'clock showtime Sunday. Come on hungry. See you soon.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/radio. Through HIMS, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at HIMS, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/radio and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. hims.com/radio.
You see miracles all the time at our children's hospital, but miracles never come easy. That's why as great as children's hospitals are, they need our support. Miracles happening. Put your money where the miracles are. Support your Children's Miracle Network Hospital.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial.
I'm Ben Shapiro.
The Ben Shapiro Show, Monday night at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it. Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
Good morning. And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to say good morning. It is time to rise and it's time to shine right now. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440 on your AM dial, 95.1 Channel 3 on HD Radio, newsradio1440.com. So if you're not listening, it's only because you don't want to and I made you mad or something. But you can't say you can't reach us because you can. Good morning to you. It is time for our daily bread, a word from on high, something that will change your perspective or give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. It is July the 15th. Believe it already, half the month is gone. July the 15th, 2024. Today's daily bread is simply entitled Devoted to Prayer. And our scripture insight today comes from Colossians 4, 2 through 6 and 12 through 13. Colossians 4 and 2 says, devote yourself to prayer. Govern yourselves accordingly. And again, it is July the 15th, 2024. It is a day that has never been. It is a day that once it is gone, it won't ever come again. It is a once in a lifetime deal. And once it's over, you don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get a chance to come back and undo all the things that you do. But more importantly, you don't get a chance to come back to do the things that you should have done that you don't. If you've lived a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace, the mercy, charity, and patience of God, we may, I'm not sure, but we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with it? Well, do what you can, while you can, for whom you can, while you can. Because whether you believe it or not, somebody along the way gave you a helping hand. Good morning to all my folks over at Hope Inspired Ministries, because that's what they do. They lend a hand to you if you need one. Billy Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say, if that is the standard by which you live your life, you'll always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you'll never be a failure until you quit. We say, give out if you must, rest only if you can. But you never quit. You never, ever give up. Martin Luther King said, if you cannot run, walk. If you cannot walk, crawl. But whatever you do, whatever it is, keep moving forward. Don't ever, ever give up. Because quitters will never win. And winners, they lose every once in a while. But they keep on going. My mother said, nothing beats a failure but a try. One foot in front of the other. And remember, the strength that you feel comes from not falling, but getting up every time you do. Keep moving. And every once in a while, I know it's hard for you to do sometimes, ask for some help. There's somebody out there who will lend you a hand. Good morning to you. Devoted to prayer. That's our daily bread for this day, July the 15th, 2024. We'll be back, hopefully.
Welcome to today's encouragement from our daily bread. I'm James Banks,
And I called our reading today, Devoted to Prayer. I've been praying for you for 50 years, said the elderly woman. My friend Lou looked into her eyes with profound gratitude. He was visiting the Bulgarian village that his father grew up in and left as a teenager. The woman, a believer in Jesus, lived next to his grandparents. She began to pray for Lou as soon as she heard about his birth a continent away. Now, over half a century later, he was visiting the village on a business trip, and while there, he spoke to a group about his faith. Lou hadn't become a believer in Jesus until he was almost 30, and when this woman approached him after he spoke, he wondered about the impact her persistent prayers had made on his coming to faith. We'll never know the full effect of our prayers this side of heaven, but Scripture gives us this counsel: devote yourselves to prayer, being watchful and thankful. When Paul penned those words to believers in the small city of Colossae, he also asked for prayer himself, so that God would open a door for his message wherever he went. Sometimes we may think, I don't have the spiritual gift of prayer. But of all the spiritual gifts listed in the Bible, prayer isn't among them. Perhaps this is because God longs for each of us to pray faithfully, so that we may see what only He can do. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Colossians chapter 4, verses 2 to 6 and 12 to 13. Devote yourselves to prayer, being watchful and thankful. And pray for us, too, that God may open a door for our message, so that we may proclaim the mystery of Christ, for which I am in chains. Pray that I may proclaim it clearly as I should. Be wise in the way you act toward outsiders. Make the most of every opportunity. Let your conversation be always full of grace, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how to answer everyone. Now, picking up at verse 12. Epaphras, who is one of you and a servant of Christ Jesus, sends greetings. He is always wrestling in prayer for you, that you may stand firm in all the will of God, mature and fully assured. I vouch for him that he is working hard for you and for those at Laodicea and Hierapolis. Let's pray. Father, thank you that you want to hear from us. Please help us to treasure the opportunity to talk to you and pray for others each day. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. Thanks so much for listening today. My name is James Banks, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
And now it's time to pay homage to all of our armed forces of the United States of America, because along with the good Lord, they help keep us free, even in times of trouble and times of peril. So this morning, like every morning, we give a shout out to the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, and of course, the Space Force. Haven't figured out what to do yet, but they're part of the family now. They're a new part, but we'll give them a check out and see how they're doing. And we can't forget our local heroes. That's right, our local heroes. Montgomery Police Department, Montgomery Fire Department, MFD, MPD, and of course, Derek Cunningham and the good folks over at the Sheriff's Office who are helping our people out right now while we short a couple people. But I got a plan. I got a plan that'll make people voluntarily want to be policemen. I got the plan. Okay. No, I'm not gonna put it on the air. I'm gonna wait till the mayor calls me, and then I'll tell him how to get it done. Okay. Or who's a kid? What's the guy? What's the mayor's chief of staff? I wait for him to call me, then I'll give him the plan. Guaranteed to work, guaranteed to get policemen. Matter of fact, we'll have to turn people down. And good morning to the Montgomery Sanitation Department. Those guys are out there humping and bumping early in the morning to make sure that all that crazy stuff you put in the garbage can gets taken someplace. I wonder what we're going to do when we run out of space to put trash in. I'll let them worry about that. Maybe we can burn it all or something. I don't know. And good morning. I got to get a shout out to all the people who drive the school buses. I don't know how you drive those buses, although we're not going, and school starts on the 8th of August from what I understand, but that's not a whole 3 months out. I think the kids getting gypped. Come on, man. They didn't get out of school till May the 23rd or something like that. We going to make them come back on August the 8th? Man, I would be complaining right now. Wait a minute. Hold it. Wait a minute. We're trying to get them in school so they can get more education. Okay, I'm good. Okay, that's good. I can live with that. That can't be. August 8th on a Thursday. Why would we start school on a Thursday? Anyway, that's what I'm hearing. I don't know. Their motto is Semper Fidelis. However, most Marines couldn't pronounce that. So we had to make it kind of simple, Semper Fi. But whether it's Semper Fidelis or Semper Fi, it all means the same thing. And what is that? Always. Not Monday through Friday, but always faithful. They still owe me honorary Marine Corps shipments. They really, I know 50/50 is not with us anymore, but they owe it to me, okay? Because I wanted me to set in them dress blues. And Lord, that white hat. I would have looked good in a white hat. You couldn't miss me anyway. Good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. Time to go to work. If you got a job, if you don't have a job, be like me. Come up with one. Yeah, somebody said, when are you going to retire? Never. I mean, I may get retired, but I'm never going to just voluntarily go home, sit down, and watch TV. Although I must admit, I've been binge watching that. I hate to say I love this show because it is all the things about movies I do not like. But I must admit, because black folk, every time we put a great black series on, it's got something to do with drugs. I don't know why we can't. If 50 Cent's in it, it's got to be. But anyway, it's been out. I didn't know how long it had been out, but it's been out a while. It's called Power, and what a great show. However, it just puts us in a bad light because everybody's doing drugs. Drug this, drug that. I truly hope the drug game ain't where they play it on TV. Because if it is, man, we got some. No wonder we got so many people getting killed over this stuff. But anyway, I never took drugs before, but I sure like. I hate that I actually like the show. I hate that I actually like it because it's the epitome of all the things that I keep complaining about why can't we make good movies about a guy who got a job, a guy who we did who's the guy that slapped what's his name on at the Oscars that time. He did a great show about being him and his son were stuck in the bathroom. They had no place to go, no place to sleep, and all of a sudden he rose from the ashes and he kind of got out the what's his name? What is that guy's name? Anyway, I mean, great actor. I love the guy. I think he's a better actor seriously than he is. To me, because to me he's not that funny, but he's a great actor. I like him. Whatever his name, Will Smith. That's him. Will Smith. Yeah, he played, and I love that movie. And I Am Robot. Yeah, I like that movie. But so can we please put some movies out? Like, hey, I know this. Talk about a guy who was one of 8 kids who left home all on his own and became halfway successful individual. Okay, halfway. I'm not totally there yet, but halfway. I mean, one of 8 kids left home, 17 years old, came out here, dealing with the struggles and his triumphs of life. Although he did put himself in that position, but so far he maneuvered. He didn't go to jail. We all celebrate that. Trust me, because had I been left out there, had I not decided to do what I did, yeah, I probably been just not getting out of jail. So I'm glad. Thank God. Thank God. There, but by the grace of God, go I. Anyway, good morning to all of you at 7:26 in the morning. What else is on your mind? I know it's on everybody's mind. I know it's on everybody's mind. I know y'all couldn't wait till I got here this morning because you wanted to give your thoughts on what happened to the former president of the United States. I got to tell you though, if Donald Trump had any problem believing in God, I think he does now. I think he does. I think he does. Because had he not turned his head, I think that bullet would have found him in a place that wouldn't have been so great. So I tell you, I'm thankful to God that he's still here and that he turned his head at the right moment. Because when he grabbed his ear, I'm like everybody else, I thought he was swatting a fly or something away. It wasn't a fly that was bothering his ear. It was somebody's round. But God is good, and we didn't have a nation that turned into chaos because of this. So and you know what I really like about him? He said, "It is time," and I agree with him. It is time we stop some of the vitriolic conversation we have in America. It really, mine too. I'm not above the fray. It's time we, although there's just some people you just can't seem to agree with, but I guess there's a better way to disagree. We are probably one of the most, I don't know if we're one of the most educated nations in the world, but we certainly have the opportunity to be able to express ourselves through the thing called language. And without the vitriolic things we do, he's going to destroy democracy. He's going to do this and do that. Yeah, come on. America's been around 247 years, or is it 248 now? 248 years. We've been through wars, we've been through civil wars, and we haven't destroyed the democracy. Actually, we don't really have a democracy. We got a representative republic, but for the sake of this conversation, we'll say democracy. But we've managed to, and we've managed to survive. Now, I will tell you, there are some points where I think we could do better. And right now, I think we are on the precipice of being the greatest country ever known to earth, or we'll set ourselves back 5,000 years. Okay, so I just think let's keep going forward. Let's keep going forward. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope this day finds you well. Some more shootings in Montgomery. But I am truly glad, though. Seriously, I am truly glad that the former president, is okay. And I'm also glad. I don't know whether you read it or not, but I'm also glad that President Biden came on the air with a I guess the same thing that when Martin Luther King got shot. With a word of resilience, a word of a comforting word, and about coming together. I mean, we say that all the time, and then like 911. I mean, we were so tight as a people then you couldn't get no light through us. And then a couple of years later, we forget about it and we go back to our ways. Americans got to understand that we live in a blessed land, that we live in a great country. And that doesn't mean that we all have to think the same. We all got to be the same. That don't mean we all have to vote the same. People in this country are entitled and allowed to vote any way they want to. Any way they want to. We don't have to do. I don't want to. Even though I love Cadillacs, I'm not gonna go and buy one because everybody's got one. I like Lexuses too, but some of us can afford Lexus, and some of us can just spell Lexus. Okay, that's okay. We all not meant to drive a Lexus. We're all not meant to think exactly alike in America. And we don't, and that's fine. That's what this whole representative government thing is all about. You don't have to but when we say things that our president is working for the Russians or whatever the case may be, in collusion, and these things have come from the highest offices in the land. I mean, people who have been given the trust of the American public, they say stupid things. So if they say stupid things, and most of them went to them Ivy League schools, then who are we? Who are we? We say stupid things. But anyway, Again, though, I'm thankful that things didn't go as bad as it were. But I would say there was a before I get to your phone call, there was a woman, there's a guy who actually took a bullet for President Reagan, who said that what he saw that day from the Secret Service was a hodgepodge of incompetency. He said women were walked around like they were scared. Hey, nothing wrong with women. We love them. We can't do without them. But maybe that's that DEI training. You got to bring people in because they're a woman and not because they're tough. I mean, you got to be tough as nails to do some of these jobs. Okay? I'm just saying. But he knows what he's talking about. Not only was he Secret Service for President Reagan, he was actually a person who took a bullet for him. So I'm going to listen to what he has to say. He said, it looked like things were done all wrong. But even doing that, the good Lord had to have his hands on Trump, because even at that, he was wounded a little bit there. But I like when he got up and put that fist in there and said, "Hey, we gonna move on from this." So that was good. But too many women on the Secret Service. Come think about it, we got a woman that's in charge of the Secret Service. What do you think about that? Do women do? Of course, women don't do things like men. I mean, we don't want them to either. Anyway, but I do think we need to. Now, if they was all transgender women, then that's cool. I mean, they're really men, and just want to be a girl. They want to dress up like a woman. I'm good with that. Okay. Let's see who's on the phone right quick. 7:33 in the morning. Good morning. Who's this? I'm doing pretty good. Mhm. Well, and that's why we celebrate that. Right, but yeah. Now, see, you doing exactly what I was saying we shouldn't do. You are, but they have a right to. Well, okay, and yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, but aren't you thankful that didn't happen? Okay. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't. Well, I mean, that's hyperbole, and we don't know. But yeah, we didn't do that when Lincoln. We didn't. Let's again. And I don't want. Yeah. Okay. Unless somebody's got proof of it. I mean, listen. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. All right. Appreciate it. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, this guy did? No. Knowing what I know now, yeah, of course. I mean, knowing what I know now, yeah. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, again, I like the fact that most people are responsible, have some responsibleness in their lives. Said, listen, let's not get hyperbolous. Let's not get to the point that we. I'm sure a lot of them did say it. Yeah. Mm, well, yeah. Well, okay. Well, that goes on. Disingenuousness. Good morning. Morning. Uh, hmm and we do. Hmm Mm. Well, let us show them the way. Well, well, again, like I said, doing 911, we were the best. I mean, we were the most close knit nation we've been in a long time, and a few years later down the road, we go back, we forget the things that we promised and that we said, and we're gonna love one another, and all of a sudden we just get. Well, but it's one of the faults of being a human being, I guess. We have short memories. Well. Mm. That's the most disappointing of all of it. That's why we have Secret Service, because there are people out there that do things like that, and they drop the ball. So. Hmm. Hmm. Mm. Yeah. 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 And yeah. And he killed some. He killed some innocent people there too. That's man. I tell you, whew, what was he thinking? Mm. Yeah. Wow. All right. Hey, appreciate it. All right. It is 7:40 in the morning. Good morning. Who's this? Not that it matters who it is. Yes, I can hear you fine. Nah, nah, nah. Mm, mm. Change it out of it. Change it out of it. Okay, okay, okay. That's a bunch of stuff. Yeah, yeah. No, he did not say that. He did not say he was going to become a dictator. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. Show me the audio where he said, "I'm going to be the dictator." Where, yeah. Okay. I did. Sure. Okay. Well, let me look for it. See if I can find that audio. Okay. Okay. Well, he won't listen. Wait. What he didn't say nothing about taking my gas stove. Oh, well, I do know one thing. Yeah, I know. Wait. He's making us pay. He's making us pay for people who got student loans on their own and making a vote for pay for it. Look, hey, I gotta run. We'll be back.
News radio.
Traffic flow map, traffic slow down, good news. Did you know that Thompson Tractor can rebuild hydraulic hoses for all makes and models? They can even do it in 30 minutes or less. Visit Thompson Tractor or their website, thompsontractor.com, for more details. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery's Gotta Watch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Let's get toned up, Montgomery. It's Matt Parsley from Budget Car and Truck Sales. If you're headed on vacation this year and need to lose some weight, I've got a weight loss solution. That means if your old ride is weighing you down, let's dump it. Because right now, you can drop that weight and drive a nicer, newer car for $8. That's right, $8 down. Yes, $8 down. It's not healthy to ride around town in a car you hate. You can ditch that old ride and drive for $8. Yes, $8 down. And if you have a trade, get up to $5 more than Kelly Blue Book for a car you hate. My For the People credit approval process will do all the heavy lifting. We work with the banks and the lenders that want to say yes. That's yes, yes, yes. So this month, forget about burning calories when you could be burning rubber in a nicer, newer car you love for just $8. That's $8 down. So don't let your old car weigh you down. I can help you lose that weight. But hurry, this deal is done once I've helped 127 people dump that old weight. I'm Matt Parsley. I'm your dealer for the people. See all these great rides at budgetsays.yes.com. That's budgetsays.yes.com. 61 Mendale Parkway next to Fraser Church, just off Atlanta Highway. 334-244-9777.
This is Mike Costanza from Chappie's Deli.
And Jeff Baranko from Chappie's Deli.
And this is Major Delay eating at Chappie's Deli.
Major Delay, what a treat. How is traffic everywhere?
Major D, thanks for stopping by, but I wonder if it's a good idea having, you in a Chappie's Deli commercial.
Jeff, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I eat at Chappie's Deli all the time.
But it might be confusing if we say your name Major Delay at Chappie's Deli.
But I was there yesterday. There was no delay at all. Quick and friendly. I go all the time.
See, it's already kind of confusing.
Jeff, you might hurt his feelings.
I'm just saying, when you say Major Delay at Chappie's Deli, everyone won't know we are talking about the man named Major Delay.
How about I do takeout? Then you can say, no major delay at Chappie's Deli.
Yeah, that's not confusing. Thanks, Major Delay.
I give up. Please come by to any of the 5 locations of Chappie's Deli: Perry Hill Road, Pepper Tree, Prattville, Baptist South, and Auburn, where there is no major delay.
Yes, there is. I'm right here at Chappie's Deli.
Montgomery Men's Health exists for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At Montgomery Men's Health, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for years. Our friendly, discreet team of medical providers who will take the time to listen. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 334-440-3663 or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. Book your appointment now.
Russell Wilson here. We play 60, United Way in the NFL, helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day. To get involved, go to unitedway.org/play60. Donate. Are you guys going to do that every time?
Yes, of course.
Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial.
Ben Shapiro.
The Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on New.
One thing that we believe, and if you ever been in the military, you understand this. Somebody's got to be held accountable, and I think Kimberly Cheeto, who is the head of one of them DEI people, and head of the Secret Service now, especially since the Secret Service identified that rooftop as a security risk before the rally, and it still happened. I mean, somebody ought to be relieved of their duty. Somebody ought to pay a hefty price for this. This could have been avoided, at least from that position right there. It just seemed like to me, and all the women, and the one Secret Service guy who took a bullet for Ronald Reagan said the women will walk around like they were scared. Nothing against women. I know some tough women. I know some women out there could probably whoop my butt. There ain't too many of them, but there may be a couple out there. So not against women, but when you put women there just to satisfy a quota, like these 2 women who went to Ranger School. Now, the washout rate of Ranger School is 70%. We got 2 women in there. The first 2 women ever go through there make it through. Because you know why they made it through? Because the general said they're gonna graduate. So therefore, they modified a lot of the things they do for the women. And I'm just saying, as long as you can meet the same standard as everybody else, right on. I'll fight for your right to be there. But when we start modifying rules and start changing expectations, I got a problem with you. But anyway, 860-1440 is the number here. Good morning. I'm doing fine. Yeah, I don't. Mm. Mm. Okay. Well, listen. This is America, and you are entitled to believe what you want to. Yeah, I do. But hey, listen. Mm. Well, we'll find out. Like my good friend Dan Morris, used to say, says, in the fullness of time, we'll find out what happened. Again, though, that's on the Secret Service. Crazy people are all ages. Again, the Secret Service are the people who are responsible for this happening. Okay, matter of fact, they had already identified the place already as a security breach, and obviously they didn't do much about it. Good morning, you're on the air. Good morning, sir. Hmm. Hmm. No, I didn't. No, no, no. Mm-mm. Well, I've heard commentary on it, but I didn't. You know. About they said that he was kind of contrite and tried to want to bring us together, which I wouldn't expect anything less than that. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. Well, oh yeah, I did hear that. Yeah, yeah, I did hear that. Yeah, yeah, I did hear that. Yeah. 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 Seems to be not knowing him, but that's what it seems. Right. Yeah. Mm, right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Mm. I appreciate it. A battle of ideas. We've long gone, long since had that conversation about what do you believe in, what are you going to do, and we do it here in the city too. I mean, we do. A lot of us blame the mayor. I don't blame the mayor. I do believe in holding people accountable. If you're in those positions, then you got to take everything that comes with it. Let me take one more call, and we'll move on to another thing. Good morning. Yes. Fine. Hmm. So you believe that it's okay to call the president of the United States a stooge for? I'm talking about they call him a stooge for the Russians. You don't think that was beyond the pale? Okay. You tell me. I gotta go. I'm gonna be back.
It's still a mystery. Investigators believe he
News Radio 1430 WLWI the home of the Dan Bongino Show. Also on 95.1 HD3 FM. Yes, News on the hour. Sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. We begin in Washington, where Secret Service Director Kimberly Keene issued a statement last week when they reviewed and strengthened security at the Republican National Convention after Saturday's assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. He arrived in Milwaukee last night. CBS's Ed O'Keefe is there too.
Anyone authorized to be on these grounds has to have a series of security badges with them to show we get how they get into it, they get into the building, and then they get into the floor. All of it is to be sure that this entire event all week long is safe and secure. So the perfect series of convention could begin.
Assessment of security at Saturday's rally with a gunman shot from a nearby rooftop. Now, CBS News,
Security failure. I think we all assume that is good security, particularly after Joy Jim's assassination.
The investigation into the gunman is picking up steam. Congressman is in his hometown, Central Park, Pennsylvania.
The FBI he was targeting two trucks of deadly Pennsylvania. Investigators found rudimentary body materials in his home and in his vehicle. This was law enforcement also say the rifle found was legally purchased by and registered to
Secret Service agents after he killed one man at the rally. CBS's Jared Hill.
At a firehouse in Buffalo Township, Pennsylvania, time stands still. He is a family-loving, God-fearing man. Black cloth hangs around the gear that once belonged to retired fire chief Corey Comparatori. The 50-year-old killed Saturday. Shot trying to shield his young daughters from gunfire that broke out at the Trump rally.
Two people who were wounded are in stable condition. Donald Trump says he shredded the speech he was planning to give at the Republican convention in favor of a new one, organizer and ambassador.
Everything that we're doing is to launch our money to victory. And that means we're creating enthusiasm in it with our delegates and our guests in Ohio, but also across the country.
The start of the Argentina-Colombia soccer final was delayed for more than an hour as thousands of fans rushed the gate. Hard Rock Stadium in Miami stopped. Tried to climb over back in windows. Both teams taken off the field until police regained control. Argentina scored a goal in the extra time to beat Colombia. CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career path with flexibility, great pay, and benefits? Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today.
Names.
What are you doing? I'm just mowing the lawn. No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Remember, Smokey Bear says.
When using power equipment for its window job. Where'd you learn this?
Oh,
SmokeyBear.com. With any other wildfire prevention tips.
right. Thanks, Smokey Bear.
And remember, only you can prevent wildfire. Brought to you by the U.S. Air Force Service, U.S. State Forest, and the Ad Council. As a roofer, I don't have time to fail. Owners rely on me, so I rely on Beacon. Beacon's unique. To get me what I need when I need it. And with the Beacon Pro Plus app, I got the brains to depend on. GAF, forget my favorite folks. I'm happy for Dallas too. Purchase high quality GAF with Beacon Pro Plus and earn up to $1,500. Go to BECN or download the Beacon Pro Plus app today. Beacon, always building.
A rare appearance overseas. In London. Just
well.
a standing ovation as she arrived with the English consistent wore a short-sleeved purple dress and a gleaming smile, imagine the cheers. This was her second public appearance since her announcement in March that she's being treated for an undisclosed form of cancer. As patron of the London Club, Kate was at hand to present the trophies to winner Carlos Alcaraz and runner Novak Djokovic. Former President Donald Trump crediting an immigration shark for saving his life. A split second before a bullet grazed his ear at Saturday's rally, he points out he moved his head a quarter of an inch to point out figures on the big board. Former White House physician Ronnie Jackson tells the New York Times he spoke with him and he told him the border patrol saved his life. Jacob Rodriguez, CBS News.
Well, I'm glad we.
There's no telling what I can't imagine.
I put that in the. I can look. Then. the battle of ideology. I don't think. Okay, let's not be sterile here. We've always had an adversarial relationship between political parties. So I mean, you remember Abraham Lincoln? I'm just saying, we've always Kennedy. We've always had some nut out there who's reading about 864-1440 is the number here. You can text me if you want to. 901-5022 is 934-901. And if you don't want to be heard on the airwaves this morning, that's fine. Yeah. Whew, okay, 860-1440 is the number here. You got something on your mind. You got a lot of other things to talk about too. One of the things I wanted to talk before we go back to any more phone calls. We have a conversation in this country lately every day about young men who would do each other harm. And not only do each other harm, but do you harm also. And I'm trying to think of what organization really, I mean, a lot of 501c3 people go in front of the city council, go in front of the governor trying to get grants and all that stuff, for what they say is doing something to change the lives of people. And a lot of them at least think they are. And that's free food, we give up. But what we don't seem to be able to do is change the attitude of some of the young men and women in our country, especially those who certainly need an attitude change. So I have asked myself a question about what organizations, and I only know one, besides jail. And jail changes your attitude while you're in jail. You're going to get out of jail or prison, you find yourself in the same position that you were in because they let you out with $50, and now you're going to go out and live a life of pleasure and a life of success, getting out of prison after 15, 20 years with $20, even if it's $100, whatever. I only know one organization that actually has a record of changing people. And I'm going to get to that after these calls, and why it is that this country seems to feel we don't want to honor that record of this one organization that seems to change the mindset of young people. 860-1440, 811 in the morning. Good morning on there. Yes. Yep. Okay. Good. Now, to be fair, let me get some now. To be fair though, to what he also said that Well, I don't have to be fair, but I'm trying to be reasonable. Willie did say that Biden said, okay, let me. Willie did say that Biden brought up the word unity for the United States, and he did. Again, yeah, again, I know he was talking about last night. I mean, they were talking about unity last night. Yeah, all right. Appreciate it. I'm over here. I'm saying, yeah, which I expected him to say that to think too, that you get unified, and maybe we need to cut out some of the hyperbole and the vitriolic language that we use. You want it? Yeah. And the Democratic Party don't push it. Oh, you got to get both on the credit though. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm. So you don't believe? So let's look at two questions. Just to look at- so you don't believe that one of the kids have to kill the children before they born has anything to do with violence. You don't believe hold it. Wait, I didn't see that. You don't believe that one of the take the little boy and little girl to the doctor and mandatory change their sex by cutting off their private parts. You don't think that has anything to do with violence. And you don't think calling the president for 4 years a stooge for Russia and call him a racist when the only guy that I know that ever been in the White House had a friend who was member of the KKK. I mean, what, yeah, go ahead. Killing your children is violence. Okay. Oh, okay. Mhm. Mhm. You can. It's the only thing you can legislate. Yes, you can. You can't make people not do it. We legislate women. But the fact that we have laws means we legislate morality. Okay, but that's something for moral. Those laws are predicated on moral. Well, that's true. Mhm. Mhm. But we do legislate. We do legislate. Yeah. Yeah. And even in but even in the Bible, it says there's a righteous indignation. So sometimes you have a right to be somewhat angry about the things that go on. Well, anytime you think that a little baby ought to be dispatched because it's your body, I think that's a problem. Yeah, it's a big issue because without life, you have nothing. I'm not for the death penalty, but at least I agree with you. It don't change. Right, I'm not for the death penalty. Yeah, yeah. It's, it's not people's job to take care of your responsibility, though. If you okay, look, if you have the children, it's not government's responsibility to take care of them. It's your responsibility. I got you, and we help. Yeah, we check, and we help. 860-1440 is the number. Let me. Good morning. Mhm. 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 Yeah. All righty then. 860-1440. Somebody else. Uh, Mr. D, good morning. You did. You did. Right, and that's appropriate. Yeah. 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 All right. Appreciate it. Well, y'all need to wait to take out the food. 8:23 in the morning. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, they don't. No. Well, I mean, we don't. Listen, he could be an idealistic individual who only lives by either Fox or CNN. I mean, we don't. We'll find out in the fullness of time. We'll find out all we need to know. Well, I mean, the nice thing about that, we got 1819 news, we got judge reports, we got Wall Street Journal, and we got all kinds of things. And online Heritage Foundation. If you want CNN, you got CNN. Well, they stand up for conservative ideology. That's what they do. But we don't have any real facts right now. All we know is the attempt made on the president, the former president. Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's got nothing to do with having yesterday. Okay. I mean, listen, I would have, but I want to talk about the president. I want to talk about the president who is named you now. Whatever. Mhm. Okay. True. You can't. Okay, you can't say that one. That's true. But I'm not. But I'm not so sure. Again, I'm trying to be reasonable. I'm not so sure that in today's environment that the parties are any much different. You know. Mm. All right. Mm. Well, a lot of Republicans don't like Trump, and now some Democrats do like Trump. So, I mean, you know, yeah, I got to run. But I appreciate it. I think. 8:47 in the morning. Come on, wait a minute. You brought this name up. But you brought his name up. But you brought his name up. 30 seconds. That's reasonable. You got to take a break. It's 8:28 in the morning.
automotive. He wants to watch it. The DNC chairman, Mr. Joe Biden gave performance despite, only Kamala Harris, Vice President Trump, and President Zelensky, President Putin. Listen, I think he was strong. He put on a master class in terms of complex international foreign policy tonight. And that the stark contrast is so clear. You could give Donald Trump a blank map and say fill it in, and he would fail horribly. He didn't know where most of these countries are. Really? I think you're dead wrong.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today.
Well, this is getting out of control. Our government is sinking $1 trillion in debt every 100. That's right, $1 trillion every 100 days. Do you I didn't think so. No one should. This is Linda, and when I worry about the market, the gold and silver. And that's what we partner with people. They have earned over 5,000 five-star reviews from tens of thousands of Today, Holdco is offering you up to 8 years of free monitoring and instant match and bonus of over $500. 855 gold, bonus of and what do you want? What I did, 855-815 gold, 855-815 GOL business.
Before I get back to the issue with presidential thing, we're not going to. I mean, we never. What they all believe. In America, most of the time, and we still have to depend on the ballot box and others to change. But getting back, let me digress. All across this country, we have last night in Montgomery, night before last in Montgomery. I mean, it's now we got some lady stabbed in the night. So I don't think you can't make knives illegal. That's nobody who could chicken with that. But there is an organization, and I'm not why this institution has such a common umbrella. They don't, and that group of people has changed many lives. I think there's a prejudice in this country sometimes of the things we do not believe. But there's one thing, and I don't know why we haven't. If you go to Chicago, there's one group of people there that live a different than people want, and they don't put up nonsense. They walk like this, they talk like this, they carry themselves like this, they are smart, and they're very well read. And who am I talking about? I'm talking about the nation of Islam. Now, me personally, I came to I give them I guess they have the vote. Give them a vote. But there's no doubt in my mind, Alpha X has changed. A lot of people, most people are Christians who when they choose, they just change. Why is it that we cannot have a program where we never really listen? Always still feel that they can make us answer questions about the things that we think we believe. Okay, I got to tell you, and I'm a Christian, don't mind saying it. When you go out to the jailhouse, the basic religion down there, who's a Christian, you just everybody go raise their hand. Still here. Still here. Okay. But rarely do you find a person who change to the nation of Islam and things like nation. I'm not about to become Muslim, but I got to tell you, the way I find some of our young men today, they need some talking to, and they don't just need talking to with a new check or something like that. They need a whole mindset. They change their mind. Sort of like somebody was saying that the former governor of Alabama changed his mind. There needs to be something dramatic. And I don't mean in a bad way, but we need to have social trauma centers. We, our young men, are left out. And I don't care how many churches we got around here, I don't really care. They don't seem to be getting the job done. They just, I have yet to see a Nation of Islam member who walks down the street carrying themselves look like a pillar. They carry themselves with such respect. Again, I'm not telling them we all got to change our theology. There's young men. And I don't know why we can't, why our Charlotte City Council go to them and let them put forward. Who knows? I mean, the Bible tells us, let us reason together. We don't have to think alike, we have to look alike, but something is amiss in our country, in the black community. there's something wrong. I mean, we live in neighborhoods with churches every 2 months. Every week. And that's even in exaggeration. You see, but you're not. Churches. Knows everything in the city. And just every major urban mecca in this country. It's full of churches. Plenty of them. We were yesterday. Okay. But the one place in this country where you don't find all that crap going on is in the nation of Islam. And you just don't find it. Because for some reason, somehow, they have changed the mentality of the men they run into and the men they walk. I'm just saying, I don't know why they don't know people around this city, every time they don't want to have anything to do with stuff like that. We see what's going on around your church. Not all of you. But I'm just saying, there's something wrong with this stuff. And I don't know what I mean, not spreading the word, but I can tell you one thing. We can remember, that organization, by the way, they carry this. Always like gentlemen. Always with respect. So I don't know. They're gonna walk around with crazy haircuts. But we can't see it down below their foot. Okay? And they're articulate. We don't call women bro. You know how many times I get, hey bro, brother. Next to the definition of the word. But anyway, it is. I think the one that I'm looking at this week. And we tried everything else. Seriously, we tried. Yeah, well, we spent more money on one place, $6 million. Well, I did the research for them on the weekend too. Live free. Yeah. In St. Louis. St. Louis got more money now than they had when they got, St. Paul, DC. So all of these programs don't really, somebody gets paid. Somebody makes a lot of money out of it. But they do the only organization that I have seen that make a dramatic difference in who's not in the United States Army and the military is within Islam. And of course, they have a lot of positions to get folks too. But as a group, I don't know why it is that our pastors around here don't want to work with those folks. Because they got a message that these kids need to hear. I just want that. Let's go back. Good morning. Morning. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm. 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 'Cause, 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 'cause Mm. But I don't think that responsibility is on all of them. Okay? Right. But it goes to yeah, it goes to everybody though. The president is in office now. Everybody. Okay. Okay. Well, okay, brother. I guess you don't have to discipline. You have to take. Okay. I ain't mad at you. I don't say you should. Yeah, and I and I'm not right. And we can unify those two parts. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, that's true. Mm. Yeah. Well, the spotlight will be on him, and that's the truth. The spotlight will be on him. Mm. All right. Appreciate it. Let's take a break. We'll be back. Now we can get to unite and take a look as we get to. We'll be back. Yo. And I don't think anybody getting that free. Yeah. Right. Well, I haven't seen some people research on it. I haven't where they have been successful in wide range. Yeah. Yeah. I ain't so. I'm just not so. We can build something. We can get that kind of money. And I think yeah. Yeah. Listen, we go out and we get our food. And now our council. Right. Okay. Hey, gotta run.
Long sleeves and put on sunscreen repeatedly throughout the day. Remember, your skin can be affected. I'm Dr. Shelley Place with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Food additives can harm children's development and raise the risk of obesity.
It is 8:51. It's 8:51. I'm stuck in the 70s. 86014. Good morning. Who's this? All I knew is that they make a significant difference in the attitude of the people. They deal with all kinds of they deal with all the going around Chicago. You might not for them. Maybe what they look like. We want to improve each other in our community right now. So why do we have, and again, we have so many people that are so anti each other often. I'm just saying, in America, we are basically a Christian nation. But we got all this violence and all this hatred and all this stuff going on. So talk to me. You don't really do that from the community. You don't do that. No. Well, someone give me an example. I'm not talking about Islam totally. I'm talking about the nation of Islam, very people that normally out there doing positive things. Brother, I don't know what happened back in 1960 something. I'm talking about today. I was young. I was 3. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I have these same things about them too. So everybody, I'm just telling you, it is obvious when a man has gone through that, they walk around in a violent neighborhood, and yesterday, they change their mind. We got churches on every 2 blocks almost in the community. And I'm just telling you that for folks who call themselves Christians, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mhm. Yeah, no. Look now, look, God didn't take the politics strictly out of it. It did not when Jesus looked down at the throne and said, whose faith is on it? Then down to see what does the God for his God. So he embraced him, he made judgment, look out after the affairs of men. Mhm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't, uh, I don't know if that's true or not, but we had that conversation on the side of the aisle. Well, everybody, listen, you're entitled to your. Okay, okay. Well, again, listen. I'm only looking at what I see in front of me, and what I see in front of me is all these folks and all these trees that we have, and we got more crime, more depravity, more death, a culture of death in our community. And I'm just telling you. And we got churches on every church on every, but the church is part of the family. Yeah, yeah. Okay, all right. Okay. And listen, guys, go to the top of our break. Appreciate it. We'll be back. Uh,
Deborah Buckley, we have breaking news from Florida. The U.S. Supreme Court has just dismissed the case against Donald Trump, finding the unconstitutional. The president noted for the assassination attempt but the U.S. Service failed to stop a 20-year-old named Thomas Cross, who bullets that pierced Mr. Trump's ear killed a former and injured two other people in the rally. This was the guns in town.
Missing center is a member of a gun club. The FBI thinks he acted alone.
Directed the head of the Secret Service to review all security measures for all security measures for the government
We are confident that we can Former Service Deputy Director A.T. Smith says the lapse at Saturday's rally was unacceptable.
This individual was able to get on the roof of that building that was with a lot
Republican presidential contender will speak at this week's convention. CBS's Robert Costa.
She is going to try to make a message for traditional Republicans to listen to Trump. They may not like him. They may be frustrated with his legal challenges, his conduct in the past. But her influence here has a real political impact. Because she said he is highly critical of Trump. But to show off in politics, everything's about Africa. Because that in life too. She's not just releasing her delegates. She's saying here to support Trump from that stage.
They're bringing industrial fans and cooler in a desert state prison near Las Vegas, where inmates have been struggling without air conditioning through a brutal heat wave. This one, the sun, is enormous. It moves up 166. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. eBay Motors is with eBay Motors, you get anything between 2 million parts. Like if you think Motors.
More of them might be that with the last year as well. Tractor stores struggling this year. It's expected to be nationwide. They're shipping back on expensive electronics and personal computers. According to the Deloitte, a company that provides financial and tax-related services. They spend $31 billion over 600 per student in kindergarten through 12th grade for consumer cigarette stores. Repeating our tax story, the federal judge for dominating the case of former President Donald Trump has dismissed the prosecution concerns over the appointments of the prosecutor who brought the case with District Judge Aileen Chapman. To dismiss the case today.
To start your free email visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
For 65 years, Guardian Credit Union.
Mr.
You want to bicycle for funds, transportation, and exercise.
you can see the fun. You have to.
We need our support to keep miracles happening. Put your money where the miracles are. Support your children's miracle network hospital.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighter.
Online kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first eating is key.
Instead of get up and take a walk.
So I hold a pen, draw, anything.
Until I knew I would face temptation and spent more time with friends who didn't. I didn't stay put the very first time I tried it.
I kept trying. Whatever it takes.
I quit.
I quit.
You did it. So can you.
You can for free help called Wonderful.
As the first line of defense in support of civil authorities, the Guards emerged to rescue the peaceful flood from the recovery, and the presidential inauguration are always ready.
Always ready.
And in every guard for our community. NationalGuard.com, sponsored by the National Guard, aired by the station.
This is Harris encouraging and support the 47 worldwide who are living with just.
The number of Americans living with Alzheimer's is growing at an alarming rate. 10% of people over the age of 65 have the disease, and 2/3 of new research is making it disease and providing longer diagnosis for
He's smart, and he's fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
And we are back. Sorry about that. I had to take a pause for the calls, but we are back now. We just got a phone because somebody's been waiting there for like a long time. Let me look. Good morning. Thanks for holding. Morning. Again, I don't, again, I've heard all the rumors over the decades about it. I don't, wasn't there, don't know. And but if that is true, that is terrible. But again, it ain't the first time that we've had domestic issues with our people around here, law enforcement too. So I mean, what a lot of people don't know that it was '77. I think I was at Fort Leonard, Missouri, and they dropped a bomb on some houses in I think it was Philadelphia, someplace. The police did. I said, really, in America? Yeah. So I mean, yeah, that's just what. Yeah. 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 All right. Yeah. Appreciate it. 860-1440. Good morning on there. Mm. Oh, what? All right. Thanks. Bye. I mean, you just tell the truth. I mean, I'm a Christian, and again, I don't have the discipline to do the things that they do. I'm glad I'm older now, so I'm not about to go robbing, stealing, and killing people. But I do. The Bible says let us reason together, and I do know that they do some great things for our community. But the Christian, but right, but our Christian clergy won't take the time to really get to, because that's this prejudice. But then again, a lot of Christians, but then again, Christians, a lot of them are prejudiced against other Christians. So so they don't like the Catholic Church. I mean, a lot of them. Listen, I don't know. Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, well, okay, well, listen. You look at it the way you look at it, and I like it. That's true. That's true. Yeah, yeah. Well, I didn't make a joke, brother. Come on now. Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. Oh, true. Yeah, true. Yeah, yeah. Who? Steve? Oh, Reverend Sankey. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Mm, yeah. Hmm. Okay. Well, we all have our way of dealing with the issues that we. And again, you're right. We can't. But I like the deal that the ones that we know work, and there's some that don't work and that haven't worked. So that. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm calling for. All right, appreciate it. Let me see. Good morning. Morning. I'm doing fine. How you? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, it was considered right. It was considered a negative. Right. It was considered a negative connotation back in the day. Yeah. Mm. But isn't that the same? Right. But isn't it? But isn't that have? Don't we all have things that we have done? In the light of day or not the light of day, we've all done something. I mean, there's nobody gets out of this life without doing something wrong. Hmm. But the repenting, right? But the repenting, right? Right, I hear you. But okay, but the repenting is not for our ears. It is for the ears of Christ and God, not us. But that's what I'm saying. But anyway, I got to run on that. But I hear what you're saying. But that's the conversation we have on Thursdays for the most part. Good morning. Well, well, you might change a couple of things. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. I heard about it. Was it 77? Because I'd never heard of it. Yeah. Hmm. All right. Appreciate it. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Yeah. That's right. But but you don't have a right to break into people's country. What's wrong with that? Right. Well, was he telling a lie or was he telling the truth? Well, of course. Nah, he never said at all. But there are a lot of people. There's some American citizens that are dead right now. Wait, there's some American citizens that are dead right now because a lot of folks came from. Some people came from overseas and killed them from across that border. And that's why we don't. And that's why we don't need to import anymore. Mm, right. Well, you don't have to. You don't have to agree. Let me. Law is law, and you don't have to accept. And we have our own criminals in America right now. Okay, we don't need to let more criminals in. Do you not agree with that? No, no, no. He said we got our own crooks. He said we got our own crooks. Why are we letting crooks come in? Well, I don't have time to listen to every program, but in principle, I'm with him. We need to close our borders. We can't do that, and we got people stand. That's like trying to sweep the floor, and your mama keep telling you to move, but you keep moving in the same spot. Isn't that enough? Wait a minute, that's a criminal act right there. Well, how many? Wait a minute. How many folks in jail in America right now for doing less? Having marijuana on them, having marijuana, they putting them in jail. How many? I'm talking about black and white folk. How many people in America right now? Yeah. Okay, well, I don't know about having and it's becoming legal someplace to have a certain amount of it. But there've been years and years ago that people kept putting in jail for having a blunt on them, having a little marijuana on 'em. Yeah. He did some of that already. Well, maybe not enough, but he did. Yeah, did make it. One woman was in jail. I think like $20 worth of marijuana, whatever she had, and she almost got a life sentence. He brought her out of jail. Not only did he partner, and there's always appreciate you call. There's always going to be more that somebody can do. I'm with you on that. And when I become president of the United States, I'll take that under consideration. Good morning. Hello. Saw a little woman yesterday. Yeah, much better, much better. Yeah. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, that is amazing. Mm. Oh, that's right. You have to be confirmed by the Senate. Well, I knew that what's going to happen during this whole Trump thing. You cannot live in this nation and not go by the tenets of the Constitution of the United States very long. I mean, they may not like the guy, but you can't just ignore the laws that you guys came up with, and that's what they've been doing. Well, I don't know if it's going to be a landslide, but I hope he wins. Yeah. Hmm. But we do have a while to go. I mean, anything can happen between now and then, and yeah, I'm hoping that here's what the Republicans can do, and I agree with Biden last night. We have a platform of ideas. I think American if the conservative party stick to the ideas and not the vitriolic talk, then I believe they can win strictly on that if the American people have not completely become socialists. Okay. Well, now yeah, that well, good somebody did, and that yeah, yeah. Okay, appreciate it. 860-1414. I'm here. You want to give us a call? Love to talk to you. Whatever on your mind. It is 9:34 in the morning. Good morning on air. Morning.
The double standards in the law, or the Jim Crow laws when you move when.
Okay, I understand, but we're not talking. We don't have Jim Crow laws anymore. Always has. Listen. Always has been. Always will be. So the only counsel I can give you, the only counsel I can give anybody, if you know you in the back end, don't break the law. I hear you. There's always been double standards. That's nothing new. People with money and the resources can afford better lawyers. Okay, well, no, the reason. Wait a minute. How are you going to steal something that's already here? It doesn't belong to know who. It don't belong to know who. The resources are God's providence. It ain't no. They don't belong. Take what? What are you what are you talking about? Take what? What do you take? Gold is a metal. Why is gold valuable? Yeah, what them and tell yeah, why is land why are these two things valuable? No, I'm just asking, why is gold and land valuable? I just asked you, why are these two things valuable? Okay, okay, okay. See, yeah, crazy. I thought you were. You know where I'm going. Okay, uh, uh, okay. So okay. To the victor go the spoils. Okay, and we have borders. We have borders, and so your job is to protect those borders. Yeah, yeah. There will be. Yeah. The only people in America who are not immigrants is us. Okay. We didn't come over to we didn't come over to steal nothing. So anyway, appreciate it. When I say us, I mean my forefathers, not me, of course. I had a chance to leave and came back. Good morning. Uh, well, it seems like we don't have them either. Uh, no. There was a Marine that got lost one day trying in California, was in Mexico, and he spent 2 years in jail because he accidentally was in their country and didn't know. Nope. We rarely put you in prison. So, you know. Yes. Yeah. That's I. Mm-hmm. 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 Where's he from? Well, that's Sirhan, right? Yeah. 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 Mm. Mm. Absolutely. And from what I gather from the not Secret Service, but Border Patrol, it's not a matter of when, it's not a matter if something's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. So, yeah. All right, that's the way it goes. We got to take a break. We'll come back right up there. It is 9:39 in the morning. This is one of the things we act like everybody in America, every group has normally got screwed, glued, and tattooed by somebody. It was July the 28th, 1932, that the U.S. government attacked World War I veterans with tanks, bayonets, and tear gas under the leadership of one of the most heroic peoples in war, and that's Douglas MacArthur, George Patton, and Dwight David Eisenhower. The World War I vets were part of the bonus army who came to Washington to make a demand for their promised wartime bonuses. So even we have turned tanks on our own folks who went to war. So America is a great country, but we by no means, are a perfect one. We'll be back.
SFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Warm start to our Monday morning will give way to a hot and humid afternoon. Temperatures climbing upper 90s, feeling like over 100 when you factor in humidity. Scattered chances for rain and storms are possible today, lingering through tonight. Lows tonight will be in the mid-70s. For the rest of the week, we expect highs to top out in the upper 90s through Wednesday, low 90s through the end of the week. Lows will be in the 70s with a chance for scattered rain and storms possible each day. And that's your first alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Nick Gunter on News Radio 1440.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But if you could get both, why not? Especially when it comes to health care, and that is MediShare. You get both. Many families save $500 a month with MediShare, and that's huge. But it's also true that people wind up way more satisfied too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. That's because MediShare works. It has for more than 30 years. It's a community of Christians who have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth. They love the huge PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed, in the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price in 2 minutes. Here's the number. Just call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855
Coming from where?
Bible.
You ride your bicycle for fun, transportation, and exercise. Stay safe.
TV services?
Alabama law says vehicles should give a minimum of 3
What can I do for you?
passing. Anything can happen when riding a bike. Branches, even car doors. Ooh, the Montgomery Bicycle Club is asking drivers, stay wider of the rider. Pass a bike like you'd pass a car. Space saves lives. Learn more at mgmbikeclub.org and on social media. Stay wider of the rider.
Suicide among veterans is 1.5 times higher than that of the general population. It affects veterans of all ages. If you or someone you know are dealing with suicidal thoughts, there is hope for heroes. Call COSA, the Council on Substance Abuse, today at 334-262-1629. Suicide among veterans is preventable. There is hope for our heroes. With COSA, you are not alone. We fight together. COSA cares. Call them today at 334-262-1629.
Hi, I'm Dr. Anita Chandra with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Bedtime is a special time of day, a moment to connect with your child before going to sleep. After your child has brushed her teeth, read a book together, or talk a little about your day, and of course, tell her you love her. Having a routine every night helps your child structure her day, feel safe, and develop good sleep habits. Relationships matter. For more
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And visit healthychildren.org.
I got relatives down here.
I'm at home, author of The Kindness Revolution. My wife and I enjoyed a wonderful dinner last week with friends we hadn't seen in a long time. The next day, I sent a text message letting them know how much we enjoyed being with them. That same day, we received a handwritten note, which they delivered to our mailbox, letting us know how much they had enjoyed our dinner, along with an article we had discussed. That note and that effort means a lot to me, and it should. The fact they had taken the time to write and deliver a heartfelt note sure made my little text message seem somewhat indifferent. In today's high-tech, low-touch world, how refreshing it is to get a thoughtful, handwritten note once in a while. Well, it's enough to inspire me. I'm ordering stationery and getting in the handwritten note business today, and I hope I can make someone's world a little kinder. To learn more, check us out at thekindnessrevolution.net.
My muscles ached. I was tired all the time. My son had a full-blown asthma attack. It came out of nowhere.
The unsettling thing about some symptoms is
I had a fever and these terrible headaches.
you don't always know what's causing them.
It was Lyme disease from a tick bite.
I had Zika virus from a mosquito.
He had a reaction to cockroach allergens.
Threats to your health can come from unexpected places. Get the facts. Visit pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
The news you need, the news you can trust, the news you depend on. News Radio 1440. More at newsradio1440.com.
And we are back. Good morning to you. It's 9:45 in the morning. Where does the time go when you're having fun? Let's go back to phones and talk to folks. Good morning on air. Thanks for holding. What's up, man? Yes. Salute, salute. Well, yeah, I've heard that too. That's true. Uh, yeah. I, yeah. I, yeah, yeah. Chase, what's up, man? I thought we, I thought, I thought we was gonna get together and do that thing. Okay, well, okay. Well, again, man, that's a rabbit that's a rabbit hole that I'm not prepared to go down. So, yeah, yeah. Let's talk off the air about that one. Okay. We'll talk off the air about that one. That's a rabbit hole. 9:48 in the morning. Good morning, on there. Morning. By a lot of people, that's true. No, no. Well, again, like I just told you about, right? Well, I just if I'd have told you, the people don't know, in 1932 that the U.S. government attacked World War One veterans with tanks, bayonets, and tear gas, you said that our people won't do that. Well, they did do it, you know. And part of that group was Douglas MacArthur, George Patton, and Dwight David Eisenhower. You know, and there's some of the best. Yeah, so things happen. But if I'd have told you that without, yeah, yeah, everybody. But the head of the right, the head of the yeah. Mm. And that's what Clint Eastwood, when Clint Eastwood put a movie out, Letters from Home, about the Japanese perspective of World War II. You know, we gave them humanity. We gave them. We're all the same, just fighting on different sides. So, you know, appreciate it. All the same, fighting on different sides. You know, and who's right and who's wrong? Well, the people who win it get to tell their story. But you know, the thing with the July 28th, 1932 bonus, these people were promised a bonus, and they never the government reneged. And these folks showed up in Washington D.C. to protest, and we actually put tanks and bayonets and tear gas and all kind of things on U.S. citizens. I mean, most people don't know that in this country. We did. I mean, there are people, you know, I understand, well, we appreciate your service. Well, everybody says that too when they find out you served in the military. But not these folks at the time. You know, 1932, they were dogged by our own government. And again, part of them, part of the World War I vets were part of the bonus army who came to Washington, D.C. to make demand on the promised wartime. As a matter of fact, how's it go? The U.S. government attacked World War I veterans with tanks, bayonets, and tear gas under the leadership of some of our most prominent textbook heroes, Douglas MacArthur, George Patton, and Dwight David Eisenhower. You know, you would never believe this, but it happened. So, you know, there's anything is possible, but that's a rabbit hole that I'm not prepared to go down at this moment. All I know is I'm glad the man is still alive, and we still got a race going on. So, you know, we'll see. I got a good friend, Dan Morris. Dan Morris used to say, in the fullness of time, we'll find out what happened. Hopefully. Good morning. Yes. Well, that's what I was saying. I think it happened in 1977. I was overseas. I was somewhere. I don't know where, because I didn't hear about that till years later. Hmm. Well, that they do. uh, well, I would have. Not that I can tell you or with any degree of certainty that they were a member of the country club. I don't know. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well. Okay. Well, give them something to do. Yeah. Yeah. That's what. Yeah. That's what I heard. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I heard. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. No, I didn't. I didn't make it. I was busy at that particular time. Yeah. I'll go to the next one. Good morning. 9:54 in the morning. Hello. Good morning. You're on air. Yeah. Now here. 85. Okay. I thought it was 77. Okay. Thank you. Where was that in 85? 85 was at Bragg. Oh, Bragg, which is called something else down Fort Liberty. That's the only name. And now I just found since my son's going to Fort Gordon, which is called, I think it's called Eisenhower, something. Then he's going to someplace. Lindenwood's been called, I don't know. They've changed all the names of the bases. So it's just been so long since I've been on, I don't know. But he's going to one of them anyway. 31-week school. Man, I'm glad I didn't have school that long. 860-1440 is the number here. We got about, I don't know, about 3 or 4 minutes left. You got something on your mind you want to talk? You know, I didn't get to any of my prep over the weekend. But I will tell you lessons of life today, because I know it leads us to the end of the show these days. And it is a great day to, of course, be alive. The strength you have has never come from and never will come from being knocked down. Anybody can get knocked down. It comes from getting up every time you fall. Therein lies the strength. So So don't let, you may get knocked down, but all you have to do is get back up. In order to be successful, you only have to get up one time more than you're knocked down. Okay, but there comes the strength. A weight is no good unless it puts stress on you. I'm just saying, you might want to think about that. Okay. Also, the word of the day is electic. Electic. Eclectic. Electic. It means, that's right. Eclectic. It means something described as electic, such as it is a collection of a person's taste, includes things from many sources. Like me, when my music is very eclectic. Eclectic. I like a little rock, not much, but I love country. I like R&B. Can't stand rap, but I'll listen to some of it if it's Tupac Shakur doing it. So it just me. People have a wide variety of things they like, even in the same in the same prism of the rest of the things. All right. Anyway, the lesson of life today is the strength that you have does not come from being knocked down. It comes from getting up every time you are. So just because you get knocked down don't mean you got to stay down. You want to get strong, keep getting up. Keep getting up. Don't stay down there, okay? All right then. Anything that I'm getting nothing else? Nothing else today? Well, I could tell you some things that happened on this day, but no sense going through all that. The day is almost over, okay? Anyway, and this guy was a nurse's aide at one point in time. The guy that shot at the president. Thomas Crook's mysterious plot to kill the Trump. Okay. Anyway, so hopefully they'll get in the fullness of time. We'll get all that worked out, and we'll be able to tell you more about Mr. Crooks and all the rest of that stuff. Anyway, gotta go, my friends. Gotta go. I gotta go get me some breakfast here. I don't know where I'm going though. No restaurants like advertising with me, so I can get some free breakfast. Actually, I wouldn't use that. I'm trying to go compare the angry on that. They don't need it. We got some good breakfast. Look at that. Somebody told me Kelly sausage is better than Kaneka. I'll find out today.